Oh man. So, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I got this thing for the holidays. And, not a huge fan of Call of Duty. I don't even play the multiplayer. I mean, I play the single player, which seems weird because Call of Duty, not much to the single player. Tell a really quick story, get you used to the controls basically. It's basically like an elongated tutorial, I would say. Herein lies the problem. Let's gloss over Black Ops 1. Okay, Black Ops 1 was great. It kind of pulled me into the whole thing. It made me excited for Black Ops 2. It's like you play... Your part was you play Alex Mason in the first Black Ops, and you ended up getting brainwashed by a guy who you shared a common enemy with. And you effectively become like a Russian sleeper agent, and you don't even know it. Okay, and that was the great thing, is that the ending, the reveal is, it shows you're dressed as the guy you think is helping you, and you announce yourself as Viktor Reznov. And then it gives you this replayability where you could go back and you can play and you can realize that Viktor Reznov was with you and your team the whole time. You were the only one who talked or communicated with Viktor Reznov. Your team never did. You know, it would do things like where you're talking to Reznov and your buddy who's in front of you would turn around and go, "What did you just say?" And you wouldn't say, "Victor told me this." You would just give them the plan as if it was your own plan. See what I'm saying? It made it really intriguing to go back and play Black Ops 1 again. Now you fast forward to Black Ops 2. In Black Ops 2 you play as David Mason, Alex Mason's son. You play as the main bad guy being Raul Menendez. You play as Alex Mason, your father, to go back and show the missions he did to try and stop this guy during the Cold War, which, you know, it builds the villain on how he got so much power and how he got where he is today. Well, in the future, like 2025 or something like that, you're playing his son, David Mason, trying to hunt this guy down in the future. It's like this, you know, old man who built a huge following and he's powerful and he's doing all this stuff. He's essentially a terrorist, of course. And, you know, he wants economic equality, whatever he's after, something along those lines. I haven't played it in a while. And the great thing about Black Ops 2 was that you could very well change the outcome of this story. And it's not because they bring the guy out with a bag on his head and it says, you know, shoot him, that's the target, shoot him. You could shoot him in the head, and you're supposed to shoot him in the head. But the game doesn't tell you is that you can shoot him in the leg and change the entire story. Replayability. You beat that game once, you go back, you see how other people, you could actually go on YouTube, whatever, see how other people did it, and then change the story. There's a bad ending, there's a mediocre kind of, I did okay. And then there's the great, excellent ending where the villain gets his just desserts. Okay. Now, Black Ops 3, I was super excited for it. I loved the campaigns of the first two. And I still think the story was good. But that ending, that last word there. And if you look in the title, down at the bottom, spoilers. You saw this when you clicked this. The third Black Ops, it's the government's trying to monitor everyone that uses technology because they want to know who all their enemies are. And they want to be able to calculate when attacks are happening, where they're happening, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. And so they develop kind of an AI. I'm getting ahead of myself. The soldiers in Black Ops have a DNI, direct neural interface, where they can actually communicate with each other. Their memories are stored there, kind of in a premise. So you got this AI that is trapped underground after a disaster. He freaks out because he's reading all the thoughts of these soldiers and he's getting all of their bad experiences. He becomes basically an emotional wreck. This AI, of course, it becomes self-aware, as you could guess. It becomes very clear very early on that it's a self-aware AI. He's an emotional wreck, and he's able to jump into one of the CIA squads, and then he's able to, through physical contact, jump into everybody else's DNA and spread like a virus. It's still great. It's a great story. It's like, I have to stop this AI. My only real problem with this is the ending. The ending would have been fine if you would have just won. What's wrong with a Call of Duty campaign just not ending in mystery? I mean, Black Ops 2 ended with, we win. The good guys, the line's kind of blurred, the good guys win. And that's it. Like, the best ending is the good guys win. Black Ops, it's like, I did it, I won. You walk to the ending, and your whole name, like, turn subtitles on, they never say your name is Player. I would have preferred his last name would have actually been Player. Like, when you get to the ending, the guy walks up and he goes, "Soldier, what is your name? What is your name?" "My name, it's Taylor." Credits. Roll credits. How? When? Why? Like, I can see, like, Taylor was the bad guy. He freaking cut his neck and tore the DNI off of his, like, brain, the back of his freaking neck, like his nervous system. He ripped the thing off and died. He becomes the good guy. He somehow got uploaded to... He somehow got into Corvus, because this AI is able to keep people's consciousness saved in like a place they call the Frozen Forest. So he can keep them living forever, essentially, but not really. Taylor's in there, and Taylor's like, well, he's a glitch in the system, this bad AI, and we have to destroy him. I'm here, which means I must be a glitch in his system, and I get kind of confused. It's pretty confusing. Like, the first half of the campaign is kind of, like, boring as hell. When it starts to get into the rogue AI is kind of... He's in there, and he has control of these soldiers, but sometimes they're doing things of their own free will. So there's a blurred line of what the AI is doing and what they're actually doing. And then it turns into... It's madness. It's just insane. I don't even know what I'm... It drives me bonkers. I guess it's... Somehow, some such nonsense somewhere in there. I read theories online. Actually, the first time ever I beat a game. Like, Black Ops 1 and 2, I got it right at the ending. I was like, I gotta play this again, just so I can trip out on all these things I missed. And then Black Ops 3, I had it in my head, my own little canon version, I guess, of how things were going on. I read some theories that were actually quite good. Where there was an explosion and you and Taylor got melded together. There's other theories when the CIA agent's talking to you and she says, after this cybernetics operation, you're not going to be yourself anymore. So maybe you were put in Taylor thinking you were still Player, your guy, and then when the DNI gets wiped, the DNA is not there to overwrite that anymore, and you know your name again, so you are Taylor. So the line is extremely blurred as to what... Forget it. You know what? Excuse me. It's my fault for believing that Black Ops 3 would be... It's my fault for thinking 3 Call of Duty games in a row would impress me with their story. Maybe there's something I'm not getting. Maybe someone could explain it better. Someone else who read these posts and maybe understood it better. You could tell me down in the comments. And no, I don't get it. I still think it's great. It's, I got the PS4 version here. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a good story. It's kind of boring. Halfway through, it gets interesting. You actually, one of those moments where you actually lean in a little bit because you're like, oh my god, what's going to happen next? And then it's just that last word. That last word's like, boom, credits, and you immediately go, what the hell? And you just, the last couple chapters just become a blur suddenly out of just pure confusion. What really happened? I don't know. Please let me know your theories. If you come across this, let me know. Did you think it was good? Did you think it was bad? Am I the only one? I know I'm not the only one that's confused. Oh, Treyarch. Oh, the one Call of Duty franchise I look forward to. Maybe I need to play it again, but first, I think I'll do like another 40 hours of Witcher 3. Yeah.